So I was gonna do this next week, or next week for you, another day for me. I'm gonna end up doing this today. Just finished up doing the IC7 dash mount. Now I'm just going to worry about getting this car on the ground, because in a couple weeks from now I'm going to be taking this car out to get the subframe done and start doing my wiring harness. I don't know when exactly I'm gonna do my wiring harness, but I know for a fact that I'm gonna get the subframe done pretty soon. So one of the things I gotta do, I'm gonna lower the rear down a little bit. I noticed that the rear is raised up a little bit too high than what I thought it was gonna be with the Y fenders on. One of the things I wanna do is I wanna get this car moved out today so I can clean out my garage, because this place is completely filthy. Like every other step, I'm stepping on something. Like right now, I'm on something. So I'm gonna get this stuff cleaned up. But I got everything prepped up, ready to go right there. The wheel and tire, it's too high, and I'm pretty sure once I put this car on the ground, it's gonna be around the same height, maybe like an inch or two less. So I'm gonna get both of these sides down, and after that, I should be able to get all this stuff moved out. Another reason I'm doing it right now is because my friend just told me about the weather. It's gonna rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then it's gonna snow on Thursday. If it snows again and the ice is up, I won't be able to get any of that stuff underneath the car, which means I gotta wait even longer just to get this car moved out. Plus I do want to take some pictures, because I think the week after is going to get pretty bright outside. At least I want to get this car on the ground so I can get everything I want to do next week for it. And that pretty much wraps up what I'm going to do. So let me start doing it. Got the first side adjusted. I forgot how to adjust coilovers. Had to Google that. It's been so long. Or this is not moving at all. Figured it out in like a couple minutes. Doing the other side. The driver's side, it looks like it didn't go anywhere, but put this car down last year. That's why I'm dropping the rear. When I put it down, it was way too high. Like the front height is okay. I'm happy with that, but the rear was like, you're putting like your entire leg in there. It was a pretty big gap. Now I'm gonna move all this stuff over and start working on the other side now. So both sides are done. I won't really know what the height will be until I drop the car. I got one more thing I gotta do before I start lowering the car. Hang up the exhaust from where I took off the cat on up to the header. I got some wires in the car. So I'm just gonna grab some and then twist it up, wrap it up with the exhaust so it can stay up in the air so it won't scrape, because you know when the car gets towed, it's gonna go up and the exhaust might get caught. And even though I don't want that exhaust, I'd rather not ruin it. I have not been underneath there for a couple months, especially dealing with some exhaust stuff. Looking at it, it's pretty much up there. I can't really push it up. So that's fine. That means that this wire that I cut is pointless. Not useless, because I can use it, but definitely pointless. So now, gotta start moving all this stuff out the way. Yeah, get ready to put this car down. Seem to be clear underneath. I'll just start working on each side and putting the car down. I got my jack over there. I gotta be really careful, because on this side, the last time I did it, wasn't paying attention to how close I was, and end up crunching my fender pretty good. So now it wobbles, but I can fix this. I'm actually gonna be doing some stuff with the front and rear fenders. So I gotta be careful when I'm doing this, because that subframe that was made, it's not made to be driven on. So I don't want the car to be leaning too much on one side and risk bending that. So I gotta be really careful and kind of lower the car in different levels, just to make sure that that doesn't bend, because that's my main concern. It's the only thing that's holding the engine in right now. That's exactly what I was talking about. Thank goodness it wasn't that high. If it was at like the highest, this would have been done. I just would have went home. I know it's been a while. Like S2k has always been this low. This is like really freaking low. It's like hella low. What the hell? Okay, anyway. So car's on the ground, officially on the ground. Ran into a problem. Jack is stuck underneath there. I forgot that gotta put some wood on the front or something like that to get the jack from underneath the car. And then also I need to do some more adjustments on the rear sides because they are still pretty gapped.
The next day.
Car's right there. Garage is empty for the most part. Just gotta clean up all this crap that's inside of here. I got some wood that I don't need as much. I got my radiator back here along with some other bits and pieces that came off the car. That should be on the car. But I'm gonna clean up all this stuff and just come back to a clean garage. Just kind of get to how it was before I put the car inside of here. I'm done with the garage. Everything is cleaned up. A lot of stuff that I didn't need has been thrown away. Now I'm able to get to everything a lot better. If you've seen a couple of my other videos before, I was working on my car, I was stumbling over things because I just couldn't walk. It was like every other step, I kept tripping up on things, but now everything is organized. I have like my box of scrap right there, like my heat shield, starter, my automatic starter, some emission stuff along with some actual like scrap metal that I can use if I want to. Oil's in the corner, hood is right there, smack that in the middle. Like some fender stuff, and then all this stuff right here I plan on installing in the car eventually. I mean, obviously not that stuff, because that's my wiring and whatnot that I need. Radiator. A lot of stuff I have right here I plan on taking home, so like the stuff on top of the radiator, my light, bucket of tools. But I'm gonna give you a walk around of the car right now. So let me do a quick little walk around of the car now that it's outside. You get to see everything that I've done so far. Been pretty happy with everything that I've been doing. Do need to get a cooling plate or make one. Try to get in contact with a company that makes a carbon fiber cooling plate that adds some reinforcement. Hit them up, they never got back to me, so I either need to make one or get somebody to make one. Not a big deal, just kind of sucked that those guys didn't hit me up because that thing looks pretty cool. For the rear, I did end up dropping it down quite a bit. I couldn't find my measuring tape, so I ended up grabbing a bolt and just used that as base measurement. And for the most part, it turned out pretty well. Pretty happy with how low that got. Not too concerned about how the height is, especially because I do plan on getting, you know, bigger wheels and tires. And I didn't want it to be too high to the point where I need to make a huge amount of correction. Just low enough to the point where it'll take me a couple minutes just to adjust everything. So that's it for the video. Didn't want to do too much. Just wanted to put the car on the ground and clean up this garage. And now I got more space. I'm not tripping over anything. The car does get moved. They can just pack it up and go. Don't have to do anything extra like put the car down and whatnot because it's not going to be on jack stands for the next couple months. Not until I get like a drive shaft and stuff. It is going to snow in the next couple days. I put like my car cover on the door sill. So hopefully the next time I come back, maybe on Thursday for me, there won't be any snow in here. I'll see you guys in the next video.